Hello farmers, welcome back to Hinterland. As you can see, it is kind of getting dark out because the evening hours have arrived here in June. And of course, July is next, which we're going to be doing here in just a moment. But before we do, I do have $250,000 in my bank account. And I want to go ahead and put some of that towards our loan. I think we can get it down to $7.5 million. Yeah, we can get down to $7.5 million. Let's go ahead and do that. That'll leave me $50,000 in the bank account, which should be more than enough for overnight. There we go. All set. So all the animals are taken care of. I did go ahead and finish mowing, or at least started and finished mowing the second grass field. I picked up all the bales in the first field. I picked up most of the bales in the other field, and then I started feeding the animals what they need, and, well, then darkness came. So, time to go to bed. Let's see what we wake up with. 8 a.m. We should have some harvesting to do this episode. I'm going to do the oats first if they are ready. The barley should definitely be ready. The loan payment at midnight is down to $25,000, so that's pretty darn good. Leaving me with $36,000 to start the morning with. I think I can see some crops over across the river that are ready for harvest. Barley for sure, but I'm hoping the oats are ready for harvest. These are the oats. And let's see if they are ready. They are ready. Perfect. Oats and barley. The reason why I want to do oats first is because I want to bring all those oats over to the flavored milk bottling company so we can make some oat milk. That's definitely what I want to be doing. Of course, I want to teleport over there. Where am I here? Am I at the right building? I think so. Yeah, we're at the right building. So I have no oats in here currently, but I want to go ahead and upgrade. Oh, sorry, I don't have to go here to upgrade. I can just go here to the factories building. I do that all the time. I think it's going to be like, what, 60 grand upgrade? I don't have enough money, so I don't know how much it actually is. But I think it was like 60 or 70. We're getting kind of full in chocolate and kind of full in strawberry. So yeah, I definitely want to upgrade this building here so we can go to the milk a little bit more. The sugar is pouring on in from our sugar factory now that we got cut sugar beet and regular sugar beet. So we bring the oats over, we can start making some oat milk, and that'll help us out for darn sure. To start the morning though, well, since I'm in here, I'll go ahead and fire that up. We'll give the cows a little bit of TMR to start the morning. They got feed in there, but they should be fine for at least the morning hours. We'll give them some water as well. Make sure they're good. I didn't see any notice about taking care of my animals, so we didn't get any offspring overnight, and also we didn't run out of food anywhere, which is a plus. So, got to bring the manure over and the slurry over so I can go ahead and get some money in so we can upgrade that flavored milk bottling company. And go ahead and get herself some more cash, right? That's the whole point. That is the whole point. Let's back up here. I don't know how much is in this tanker, if any, but I do know the cows have plenty in storage for us to fill it on up. Okay, we got nothing. But that's going to change here in just a moment. Bring the sun over to the BGA, and then the manure over to the BGA. While that's filling on up, let me check the stock market. Anything really good today to sell other than the sawmill stuff, as always? That is good. Planks. Yeah, we don't have that many planks. We sold everything from the sawmill the day before. So it looks like nothing really today is a good time to sell. Yeah, it looks like we're just holding on to everything this month. Although it's a good time in July to sell the planks. We've already sold those. Sugar. We're not selling sugar because we use that in factories everywhere. Soybeans. No, we keep those. Yeah, so we're not really selling anything that we have in storage. So everything just got to be brought over to the BGA. That'll be our money maker for the day. Because every month I do want to pay off 100 grand minimum off that loan. The more the merrier. We're going to start with 100 grand every month, then probably bump up to where we can maybe pay off 200,000 per month. And like always, every time I need a trailer, it's on the wrong side of the river. I was wondering where my grain trailer was, and I didn't see it over there. It said, it's got to be over at the BGA. That's where it is. I got to bring this trailer back, but I'll get the other slurry later on because it's got to process this slurry anyway, so at least it's processing something. We'll grab the grain trailer while we're over here to bring it on back and put the manure in there and bring that over so it can start processing that. And we'll give it a good rinse before we start harvesting the oats and put the oats in there. And the BGA should start processing this right away because it's turned on. I don't turn off my buildings anymore for what little it costs. At first I thought maybe that was going to be my solution to fixing the problem that we have once in a while with the out of space error, but that didn't fix the problem. Alright, let's go get the manure, bring that over. And then this trailer I will be bringing back because, like I said, we're going to be harvesting oats here very soon. Probably get Frank, Francine, Frank Jr., someone to follow us behind in the John Deere and the baler. Because, you know, oats, we create straw. And, oh yeah, we can bring the straw over and start making some more straw products because September is a good time to sell that. But I do believe the straw production probably needs some water. But we can easily take care of that. Zip on over here. Let's grab this manure. Might be a full trailer, actually. I think I've been... Well, okay, this says hold 120, not 100. I've been getting like 110 if I go 2 months in between. Okay, we'll let that fill up. And while that's filling up, I'll jump over the cow's water trough because I left the JCB running. And I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll drop off the TMR mixer. And while that's filling up with manure, we'll quickly grab the baling trailer. And we'll go grab a trailer load of conditioned grass bales off our grass field. Now, while I was mowing in between episodes, I was trying to figure out how to do the grass fields this year. Because we kind of got a late start on it because I cut the grass late last season. So, the next cut will be September, which is fine. Because I go the full 3 months in between on grass. But then, I think I'm going to cut the grass, let's see, in November for sure. I really would like to cut it in October, but it's not going to be ready in October. So actually, maybe I could cut it next month, which should be August, and then it'll be ready September, October. I can cut it again in October, possibly. For some reason, these grass fields didn't grow that well over the winter months. I can't remember, did I mow it in November or December? December doesn't seem right. Had it been November. Because we didn't cut the grass until June. Unless Omatana, maybe she put in a different grass growth season in on this map and I didn't see it the first couple years we've been here. Or my math is just overall off on the grass fields here. And I'm going more nuts than usual. So the conditioned grass, of course, we feed for the sheep. And then any conditioned grass left over for the season. When November rolls around, we go ahead and make into silage bales. But now that our sheep are going through the conditioned grass, I mean, the first couple years... Oh, I'm full. The first couple years, we weren't even using bales. They were just feeding off their own pasture, because we have the grazing mod installed. But now that we got so many sheep, they are consuming the grass bales more and more, which means there are less silage bales to make when winter comes, and we are getting more cows. So maybe buying some land later on this year is a possibility, and we make another grass field. Seems like a lot for the sheep and the cows, but we got to do what we got to do. I'm kind of hoping soon that we get another 20 cattle. I don't know if it's been a while since we've had a good population increase on the cattle. Matter of fact, let's have a quick look at that. Are we anywhere near the time of getting some new cattle? Let's see, 20 cattle here. Okay, these cattle are in puberty, so we're waiting on them. Reproduction, they're at 70%. And these, yeah, so we're not getting it. We're not getting, it's going to take another 3 months. 3 or 4 months, we'll have another 20 cattle, which would be a big increase, of course, in manure and slurry, which, of course, as you see right now, we're bringing over to the BGA. And that will bring us in a lot of cash. All right, so how much manure do we get in about the 2 months since the last load? Yeah, almost a full load, 115,000. And why not use that as fertilizer? Because I'm going to get more cash, bring it to the BGA, and processing into electricity. We don't use that much fertilizer, I don't think, because we are running precision farming, so we don't really use an extreme amount. So I think we're better off selling it as electricity and paying for fertilizer. Oh, I should have checked the sales page before I went to bed last night, but yeah, we'll check it now. I mean, the only thing I don't really know. I think there's one more thing I need to buy, but it's escaping my memory right now what it would be. I don't think we really need another tractor currently, and I don't think we have enough fields to warrant a second harvester to get the harvest done. If we had like 20 fields the size that we do, then I'd be like, yeah, let's get 2 harvesters, get them on the go, and yeah, that way we can keep up with everything. But we don't really have that issue of keeping up. And it should take all this manure. I don't think there's a capacity too low on the manure. I think it's a sugar beet that has a low capacity at the BGA. I think it only takes like 90,000. But I think it can take 500,000 liters of manure. So the grass fields need to be fertilized, but we got at least another month or 2 to get to it. If I do wait the full 3 months to cut it. Won't take us too long to fertilize it. Alright, now the BGA's got slurry and manure to process, so at the top of the hour we should see a good increase in some cash. I think all of our production buildings, I should actually look at those quickly. Oh yeah, the store page first. Store page, well, speaking of slurry tanker right there, but no, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, and the productions, let me just take a quick look to make sure everything is going good. We're out of wool, but I'm pretty sure the sheep made some wool. What are we out of here? For making cakes. Are we out of butter, apparently? Well, we got... I'm pretty sure I got tons of butter. Yeah, we got tons of butter. So we can bring some butter over and start making some cakes. Straw, which we know of, and everything else is running just fine. Alright, so butter's got to be brought over to the bakery. See if I can remember that later on. Definitely don't have a shortage on butter. No word yet on the coffee beans. But actually I should get some liquid fertilizer into that greenhouse and start producing some more coffee beans, because if we sell them raw, we make good money. And if it does get changed, then we'll have a whole bunch of raw coffee beans to bring over to the roaster, and then we can start making it that way. Alright, so let's go over here and we'll give the trailer a good rinse. When I mean a good rinse, we're gonna spray the outside of the trailer and just kind of simulate that we're, getting all the manure out of it. And these oats are all going to be brought over to the Flavored Bottling Milk Company. Actually, we'll give the truck just a quick little bit of a rinse as well. Use this truck a lot. Is there an episode where I haven't used the truck? Right, let's go park this over here by the oat field. And I don't think we're going to get a full trailer of oats, but I could be surprised. And we'll go ahead and pull this on up through here somewhere. So the field to our right is oats. Field to the left is barley. Crop rotation 110%, so that's going to be a decent yield. This is 115%, so that's really good. Oh, look at that. I teleported right into the combine harvester. Let's get this out of here. Let's see. Fuel-wise, we're good for today. So at least we'll unfold this, bring it on over, and then we'll use Well, whatever tractor we use. Let's see, the John Deere needs to come over with a baler. So I guess the JCB, which is the obvious choice because it's a JCB. It's what it's for. Alright, let's go ahead and park this right here. What do I tab into next? Alright, okay, we're in the case, so the case is going to grab the header, not the JCB. We're here. Why not? And the header's right here, so it's all just perfect. JCB is over by the cow barn, as we know. Grab our lovely honeybee header with a quarry system on it. Okay, I did not know that was going to do that. You going to straighten back up on me? Because if you don't, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. There we go. Gotta take it easy on those corners. Alright, there is... Alright, so I'll have to turn this around. We'll put this over here. Still haven't made the pull off over here. I've been saying about that for about a season or two. Let's see, we want to disconnect from the header from there. Leave the front end of the trailer there. Grab that, and then we want to spit off the back end of the trailer. Perfect. Unfold the header, which I think it did. Alright, we're almost ready to harvest. Just need the John Deere over here. Make sure this is on swath dropping. Alright, that should be all set. And now let's grab the John Deere. There we go. Yeah, this is getting kind of low on the fuel as well. But I think it's going to be good for today, at least on the first harvest. We'll get the first harvest done. Question is the first bale going to be conditioned grass or is it going to be straw? I think it's going to be straw. I think I'll convert it over because we're not that full. We're like 1/3 full. Let's go around all these parts I got over here, so we don't want to run them over. All right, and then get a worker 40 meters behind us, which should be good. Looks like Frank might be in there. Isn't the header unfolded? I thought it was. Kind of hard to tell because there isn't much difference between unfolded and folded. That is one big swath at the, what is that, a big, it's not a big M, it's a big, what's the model number of that baler? What do they call it now? I'm drawing a blank. Is it a big X? Big pack. Okay, I guess I really looked at it before. Big pack. Whoops, that's a big straw swath right there. All right, let's continue the harvest. Or at least really get started on the harvest. We'll get the oat harvest done in the morning, and we'll get the barley harvest done in the afternoon. Meanwhile, taking care of all the other things we need to take care of, but this harvest shouldn't take us too long. Actually, let me put the... We'll multiply the times speed up to ×3. Actually, no, let's go ×5. I can always slow it back down. I think ×5 will be good. Let's at least pass about an hour, maybe 2, while harvesting this field, and we'll get some money in from the BGA. That way we can upgrade the flavored bottling milk company while we put these oats in there. And we should have no problem harvesting this field with a header. This field is relatively flat. Yep, following behind us. Okay, just want to make sure everything looks good there. So we have good crop rotation in this field, and of course, it's well limed and fertilized. I'm not saying it's 100%, especially on the lime. I think it's been maybe a season or two since we put some lime down in this field. May require some after this harvest. So this header here is about a 50-footer. So we're eating a lot of grain here. Got the biggest header that we could for the pipe that we have on the fent. And we are rolling with a 10T. Actually, we're filling up pretty darn quick. For oats, that's pretty good. But this is probably the best field that we're going to have for crop rotation. Well, it is. I mean, 115% is the best you can get. 115%. So it all depends on the soil, how well the yield is going to be. And if you're new to crop rotation and precision farming, which are two different mods, if you get the perfect conditions, you can get a yield up to 145, 148%. Saw those numbers. I know on East Vineland. So you got to have the perfect soil, good pH levels, good nitrogen levels, and good crop rotation down, and you can get a very, very good yield off your field. Originally, when I made this field and I went around these trees, I'm like, well, come over here. I'll take care of these trees right away so we can square up the field. And haven't been over here to take care of it, as you can see. Although I think it does add character to the field a little bit. Not every field is going to be perfectly square. Although that tree probably should go. That's probably the tree that all my workers get stuck on when I put them on course play. Alright, so it doesn't even look like I'm going to get around the headland once, and I'm going to get a full combine, which is great. I thought I was going to get at least around the headland once, being oats. But if that's my problem to where I'm getting too much crop, that's not a problem. That's a good problem to have, if you want to call it a problem. Alright, I don't want to get a full combine because I don't want to leave a huge swath for my workers. I'm going to slow up the header just a little bit. Alright, that ought to be good. Let's go jump into the Volvo and we'll drive around to the combine. Yeah, so what do we get? We just reached the first hour, which I wasn't paying attention to, but we were at, what, 36,000? We got up to 51,000. That's mostly from the BGA. Should be better next hour because we didn't have both products in there at the beginning of the hour. Keep the truck running. Yeah, the pH value... I must have put lime in this field because the pH value is actually reading good. So I must have put lime in this field last year. Yeah, over here it says it's perfect. So I must have put lime in this field last season. Love how fast this combine empties, but look at that pipe coming off the combine. It's huge. Yeah, once we get the first headland done, then I really don't have to worry about running into trees. At least I would hope not, but... So that was about 17,000 liters of oats we just put into the truck. Yeah, I don't think we'll get a full trailer out of this field. But I might be wrong on that. I hope I'm wrong. Like I said, the more the better. Almost going to make it back around to the truck on the second headland. Now the only problem is about making the bales as you're harvesting. The way I want to start harvesting the field, the bale's going to be kind of in my way. But we can work our way around it. But the good thing about the square bales is the header will go right over them. And I'm just trying to go around in a bigger circle just to make sure that Frank, because he's good traveling 40 meters behind us, gets out of the way so we can come over here with our truck and unload. And all these oats are going to go into our flavored bottling company. I just want to come over here. Do I have oats over here? I actually have 77,000 liters of oats in storage as well. So, yeah. And also, I just realized teleporting to the silo, I'm stuck. I can't move. Luckily, I can just teleport back to maybe where I was. That's all good. And by the time we get done harvesting this field, I'm pretty sure the top of the hour will come again, and our BGA was process more of the manure and slurry. We'll have enough money to upgrade our flavored bottling milk company. And that will double the production. And I'm going to need about almost 80,000, and I think we'll be there in the next hour or so. And then we got to bring these straw bales over to the straw factory. That's what it's called, to make our straw hats, purses, crates. Get a little money from that building as well. Yeah, I think I did mention, I don't know if it was last episode or not, but I was mentioning that could I set my goal to have that loan paid off by the end of next year, which I think is a complete long shot. Did I say at the end of next year or the year following that? I think the year following that is probably what's going to happen. I don't think it'll be at the end of next year because we still owe $7.5 million. But really, this whole series is about learning a little bit about Maizeplus and taking care of the cattle on the Maizeplus food add-on. No more headlands. I'm just going to go back and forth now. I'm actually going to cut straight across the field here. As for the barley, I think when we harvest the barley, I guess I could bring that over to the bakery and just make flour with it. Although we got tons of flour, I could actually just start selling some flour. We don't need as much as we got. But it's better to make the barley into flour because we already got the bakery. And we'll get more money, of course, if we make that into flour. Which makes perfect sense. Well, I thought this field was flat enough for the header, but apparently coming back the other way, you can see where the header didn't like a few spots. But getting down to ground level, you can see, yeah, there's a little bit of a bump there. Of course, it's kind of hard to see when you got crop in your face, but there is a bump there. A little bit of crop destruction when I went over it, but that's what you expect. But we can go ahead and harvest that crop that's there later on. Alright, top of the hour is coming up. Okay, so we got about 20 grand. We're at 70,000, so I may need another good hour to upgrade that factory. Of course, the big expense, you know, up front is you got to pay for upgrading the factory, but in the long run, doubling the production off that is going to make us so much more money. If you remember, not long ago, we sold the strawberry and just chocolate milk, and we got something like 60 or 70 grand. Now, if I start producing the soy and oat milk out of there at the same time as that, we'll just get a whole bunch more money. I would like to get this field of one more pass when I go back, but I think the header is just not wide enough. And we should end up with around 70 to 75,000 liters of oats off this field, I'm guessing. If my calculations are anywhere near the ballpark, it should be. That's what I'm hoping for anyways. And we're getting close to the top of the hour once again, so if the BGA does its thing, we're going to be sitting just shy of 90,000 in the bank account. Yeah, I am trying to remember how much it was for that flavored bottling milk company. Whatever it costs, if we add 10% to that, so if it was 70,000 to buy, it'll cost us 77,000 to upgrade it. Let's get around these straw bales. So when I was doing the grass, I had to wait for the baler. Now the baler is just kind of like cruising along, waiting for me. We are doing good on straw. So all the straw from these fields here, I think will go to the straw processing plant. Okay, so the BGA, okay, so we might be out of product at the BGA. I thought we were going to be pretty close to 90, but we were at 83. They could have run out of slurry. Now, the one thing I just thought of, I'm going to spend all the money I'm making at the BGA into the flavored bottling milk company. I'm not going to have 100 grand to help pay off some of the loan, which I want to do every month. So I may have to find something to sell. Although the sawmill, like always, it's making product. We could maybe get 100 grand from the stuff it made overnight. I don't think I'll get 100 grand off of it, but never know. Can I get this, please? Almost. That's good enough. I'm not going to come back for that little bit of oats right there. Probably like 6 grains, 6 liters. We did get this field done in the morning hours, then we got the barley field behind us. We'll do that in the afternoon hours. We do got a few wheat fields this year as well, but a couple of them are going to be for crop silage, whole crop silage, and that's for the sheep for the winter time. Let's go get this one little spot that the header had a problem with earlier on. Which is right over here. We should be able to get it going this way, I would think. Trying to see the dip that it had to go through. So one side of the header was way up on top of the hill. And the other side was on the bottom of the hill, and I had a hard time angling the header that way. And I do have one little spot over here as well that I forgot about. Since it is right here, we'll grab it. Now we'll just bring the combine over here so Frank Jr. can pick up the rest of that straw. Let's go grab the truck. Alright, got 60,000 liters in here. Did I have 10,000 liters in the combine? I hope so, because I said 70 to 75,000 liters. Maybe 10,000 liters in there. I didn't see when I was going around harvesting. While that's filling up, I do want to take a look at the BGA. Slurry. Yeah, we're out of slurry. Well, the BGA's out of slurry. The cow barn has it. And pretty soon we're going to start making some oat milk in a bottle. And looks like I got to bring the milk over to the Flavored Bottling Milk Company. How's the dairy production going? They got a good amount of milk in there? Yeah, they do. They do. 73,288. Yeah, the pipe's going to miss that. Turn that off. And Frank, you can go on. I may need you in the afternoon hours, but you are done for now. There is some straw that I could pick up here in this field, but I'll get it later on. No rush to get it now. Alright, so we got a few trips to go back and forth on the river. Across the river. First, we'll bring the oats over. And then, let's see, do I need the grain trailer for anything anytime soon? No, so we'll leave the grain trailer over there. We'll go to the BGA. We'll grab the slurry tanker. We'll come back over. We'll get the rest of the slurry out of the cow barn. We'll bring that over. Then we'll bring some milk over. And then we'll grab some straw bales. Bring those over. And then we'll grab the water tanker. And if the straw factory needs water, we'll give that some water to get that production really up and going. So we're going to be going across this bridge quite a bit here in the next 10 minutes or so. And also I got to bring the wool over from the sheep so we can keep on making clothing. And I need the low boy, because that's where it is. It's over by the sheep. I need the low boy to come on over and get some of this material out of some of our factories. And I got to bring butter over to the bakery. So a lot of production building work needs to be going on. Hopefully we can get to the trigger here. I was ready to say, please let there be a trigger. Like, I know the trigger's there somewhere, but we got into it. All right, with that going in, let's go up to here, and we'll activate that first. All right, so that should be on, and then spawning. Can we upgrade it first? It is 77,000. We can do that. All right, so we should be all set. Hide inactive. And now if we go down to here, yes, we are good to go. Straw production. Oh, straw production's got water, so we just got to bring the straw over. That's fine. All right, grain trailer. Let me just park that. Actually, I'm going to park that over here by the sugar mill, which is probably not the best idea because it's not usually a place I park it. So I'll be going. I'll teleport over to the BGA and I'll see it there, and I'll be like, "Where's my trailer?" All right, so that brought us right down to $6 grand. Not the greatest thing to be, but you gotta spend money to make money. All right, let's go grab some more slurry. And, oh yeah, I mentioned a few times, this truck needs some diesel fuel. I keep thinking to myself, getting a second truck would be so nice for the farm. I could do, I can move one trailer while, doing something else with another trailer. But then I just keep on remembering, I can only drive one at a time. And hiring a worker to drive from one side of the river to the other, probably more of a hassle than anything. It's not that far. And knowing my luck, the driver would probably fall off the bridge into the water. Okay, so how much slurry do we have here? Do we have a whole lot? Actually, I saw like 40,000. So maybe just shy of 50,000, which is almost a full tanker. So that's pretty darn good. As we looked earlier on the cattle status, we got about 3 more months before we get 20 newborns. And that'll be a good day for the farm. Get more cows on here. More cows I got to feed, but yeah, the more slurry and manure right now, the better. All right, we'll bring this over next, and then I can leave Let's see, what tanker, what do I want to bring? I think I'll bring back the grain trailer because I need that in the afternoon hours for harvesting the barley. And then we'll grab the straw bales and get that over there so we can start producing some straw. Yeah, that's the next few steps anyways. Slurry is in the BGA. Picked the grain trailer. But what I'm going to do is just fuel up the truck here. And while that's fueling up, let's go ahead and grab the JCB. Grab the bale trailer. Let's go pick up those straw bales, at least a full trailer, and get that over there so I can get to work. Because September is not that far off. 2 more months and we're in September. I think that's the best time to sell the straw material. $815 for fuel. But we need the fuel because I'm not going to start carrying everything around. Need the vehicles. Good amount of straw bales here. I think one trailer might fill up, or should fill up the straw production. Oh wait, I don't remember how much that takes. I was thinking it only took 50,000 liters, but that seems kind of a small number for a straw production facility. That's not even 10 bales. Well, at least get the first trailer over there. At least the process can start, and then I can bring the rest over later on. Thank you for autoloaders. Right, 2 more and we can go on over. This is what the JCB is meant for. Motor around the farm and the town, get things back and forth. Yeah, the cotton field, I think we're going to go ahead and lease the header for the root crop harvester and harvest cotton that way. I might be able to unload into the trailer that we have, but if not, we can just take the root crop harvester over to the spinnery and dump it right into there. Some people wanted to see how the root crop harvester would harvest cotton. So since we got a small field of cotton this year, I figured this would be the perfect time to do it. Instead of getting the case cotton module harvester for such a small field. And now if I remember correctly, when I bring this over here, it just takes a moment for the bales to go on in. It's taking them, but slowly. Down to 14 or 140, 130. Don't knock them off. Now let's get the bales in the front. It's kind of funny how it pushes the baling trailer to the side a little bit. Might be out of the trigger, so we'll come here and get the back end. 83,000, 80,000. Still taking it. So it looks like it's going to take the full trailer. Right? You going to take those bales? No, it's taking them. Just a slow process. Alright, let's get this rid of this one small bale in the front. And then we'll go over to the dairy production. Try to grab just a couple pallets of butter. Let's make sure the straw production is up and running. Hide inactive. Straw accessories. Oh no. First it said out of material when I checked it earlier, I do believe. Now it says out of space, which is the problem that we tend to have. And I don't know why it goes from like one factory to another. So I'll have to take care of this in between episodes. It's always something. What about the other ones? That says missing materials, but it gets me nervous now. Yeah. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Live by mods, and you can die by the mods. Nothing wrong with each individual mod. It's just the conflict of the mods working together is what's causing the problem. So which one's which? That's the cheese, so these are the butter on the outside. I just want really 2 pallets. And wait, I gotta change this over to container type all. So that should take them, right? Because it says all. Yeah, I think I'm having the same issues I had before. When I get a factory that has the out of space error, I have a hard time for this trailer to work as well. I can't change it over to Euro pallets or anything like that. So, yeah, one thing after another. Okay, we can still take care of this today. Let's get the butter over there. So the baling trailer, let me bring that back over. Let me see if I can pick up some straw bales with it still, or is that still a problem? But we'll grab the truck, which is still parked at the fuel pump. I will grab the low boy and we'll come over. I got to empty out those factories anyways. Well, I just took the 5 minutes to go ahead and fix the straw factory, so I had to just write down all the numbers where we were, sell the factory, put it back down, put all the numbers back where they should be. So we got the same amount of straw in there as we had. I just need to go ahead and get some water in there now. That's the one thing I haven't added to it just yet. But now that's back up and running. So if it looks a little bit more out of place than it was before, that's the reason why. All right, now I just want to come over here. I just want to grab a couple pallets of butter. So I want to get close, but not too close. That'll do. Let's bring those down to the bakery so we can start making some cakes again. All right, now I got a little bit of a bump there. And this should get the cakes back up and running, and cakes will sell in November. Not going to have a whole lot of them. No. Don't want to sell the butter just in case. Cake, bakery's over here. There, buddy. Oh, there we go. All right, and then that should be back up and going. Let's check on that. So, yeah, missing material. Just need the water in here. Bakery. Is it just called the bakery? Must be. Cakes. Yeah, we're back to making some cakes. Lovely, lovely cakes. And let's go grab some of this material, go put it into our warehouse. Clothing, chocolate milk, strawberry milk, and some straw products going into our warehouse. By the way, this mod, there's 2 mods on the mods list. Because someone did ask, where do we get the warehouse at? So I don't know which one's which, but we have the Omatana warehouse, which we sold, and we got that one there. So one is called the bale and pallet storage, and the other one's called the pallet and bale storage. And I can't remember who made that warehouse, but it's not the one by Omatana. So if you're looking for that warehouse, it's either pallet and bale storage or bale and pallet storage. I think that's what it's called. If someone does know, leave a comment down below, because someone was asking about that warehouse. It is on the mods list. I just don't remember the exact name of it or which one it is. Let's come over here and grab the butter and cheese. And we're going to call that good enough. Dairy production is kind of hard to fill up because we've upgraded that 6 or 7 times. Now, speaking of upgrading, I was thinking about this when I was taking care of the straw building. I think every time I get that out of space error is after I upgrade a factory. So, something to do with upgrading a factory, which is supposed to just multiply how many times it can go in that particular factory. For some reason, it's goofing up other factories on the map. So I'm not really sure what's, how it causes the problem. Because we went many episodes without having the problem of running out of space. And then I upgrade a factory, and the second I reactivate, a factory, that's when I get a problem. Like the next factory we reactivate, that's the one we have an issue with. Yeah, so I'm not too sure if that's what's doing it, so I'll have to try to keep that in mind for next time. Although we might be done upgrading factories here. We'll have to wait and see. But one more thing I need to do is go grab the water tanker, and we need to put some water into the straw facility so I can start making some hats, purses, and crates. Alright, gonna have to get nice and snug up to this, okay, don't jackknife like that. We need to get really close to this water barrel in order for us to unload the water. Oh, nope, was close, and then I just drove, there we go, stop. Get it on in there. And that should be up and running now. Hide inactive. Let's go on down to... Oh, here it is. Going right past it. There we go. Hey, it's running. No out of space error, but we're good. 20,000 liter water and the straw. Of course, we'll keep bringing the straw over here. All right, that holds 500,000. So I was right. I was thinking 50,000. Just had to add an extra 0 in there, and we are good. Spawning and spawning. All right, so we're all good there. And everything else is showing good. Potatoes, we'll see what happens when I put potatoes back in there. We are out of manure, although cows do have manure. Oh, and I should put some liquid fertilizer in our greenhouse and get that back up and running and start storing the coffee beans raw. And we'll see what happens there in the future. But we are making cakes again. Flour... I don't have a whole lot of flour, but we got a good amount of flour in there. But I should probably, when we harvest that barley, should bring that over and we'll make some more flour and we can sell that whenever the good time is. But we did upgrade our flavored bottling milk company, so in the future that'll just bring us in more cash, which is good. But yeah, my goal every month, like I said, is to pay off 100 grand every month. I just spent 77,000 to upgrade the bottling milk factory. So, yeah, I got to find a way to bring some cash in, and we can do that. I'm pretty sure I can find, like I said, the sawmill, possibly. But we'll have a look around. Maybe I'll just bring some more manure over during the day that the cows make, and maybe that will help us out get there. But we'll see. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching as always. I'll catch you again right here in Hinterland. But until then, have a good one.